Hi guys, Akwaba, welcome to my channel. My name is Nana Ashanti. If today is your first time, make sure you're thumbsing up this video, you're subscribing, and you're hitting that notification bell, because what are we doing today? Today we're talking about the types of businesses you could start in Ghana for $5,000, okay? Somebody asked me in a previous video when I was talking with my friend Gabby Mack about moving to Ghana. She stated that you could possibly start a very good business with $5,000 in Ghana. So one of you, Imelda, asked me, could I do a video on how many businesses you can start or what kinds of businesses you could start with $5,000 in Ghana. So here's the video. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so before we start the video, there's something that I want to make clear before we go on. $5,000 with the exchange rate of 5.6, which is $1 to 5.6 Ghana cedis, will give you about 28,000 Ghana cedis. That is not a lot of money. In the grand scheme of things, that is not a lot of money, especially if you want to start a business in the capital of Accra or in the major cities. That is not a lot of money. However, if you want to test the market, or if you are young, or if you're a new entrant into Ghana, you want to start small. You don't want to put a lot of money into a thing that you're not sure of, or you're just starting out. You want to start small. So 5,000 is considerably a good amount for a startup in Ghana. So I just want you guys to know everything that we're going to do includes overhead costs and starting costs, including registering the businesses and whatnot. Just want you guys to be clear on that before we start. Make sure you are checking out the description box. I have a free ebook on how to move to Africa. Also, especially Ghana, that's the name of the ebook. Download it, is absolutely free for you. It has a lot of information in there, so do check that out. Now, without much ado, we're going to talk about the 5 businesses to start in Ghana with $5,000. Here we go. So number 1, I have here in my notes as usual, I have number 1, a catering service. Number 2 is a dispatch service. Number 3 is Uber. Number 4 is a retail shop, or number 5 is a venture capitalist / investment. All right, so that's what we have for the 5 businesses. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break them down, because as usual, all information that I put on this channel has been researched. I wanna make sure you guys are getting the best information as possible. So here we go. So number 1, as we mentioned, was catering service. Now, every time I talk about starting a business in Ghana on this channel, there's always a food element to it. Now, the reason is that all businesses have to have a cultural context, right? In Ghana, people love to grab, people love to eat. There's now a growing middle class, so there's a lot of eating out culture in Ghana now. So people, our first need is always food, water, shelter, you know what I mean? So people are always gonna eat. People always want a different experience when you're eating. Starting a food business is not the easiest thing to do in Ghana. If you watch my interview with Na of Essie's Eatery, she told you she started her business with about 40,000 Ghana cedis, which is about $8,000, I think. So you can see that it costs a lot. But with this business model, here's what you can do. Start a catering service in your home where you live. You could start a catering service. Now, before you start that, what you have to do is to find an end user for the product, i.e. find customers. So think about it this way. You can find people in a setting, like a work setting or whatever setting that require you to deliver food to them every day, people that have events, people like that, so you can make the food, whatever kind of food it is that you're making, and send it to them. Recently, I went to a government building to do something, and then whilst I was there, it was about 12, 1, and I thought they were going to get up and go to lunch, because that's usually what happens. But what I saw was there was this company with their employees with black shirts and stuff. They came into the building. There are about 5 employees that were going around distributing menus to the workers. So the workers are sitting down. These people are distributing menus, like today is Thursday, this is what we have in the menu, what do you want? And they're taking down the information about, oh, I want this, I want that, add this, add that. And they collected all the papers and they left. Now, this is a building with 5 stories, right? think about how many employees are in the building, and if this person is making a minimum of about 50, 60, even 100 orders a day, how much money are they going to be turning over a day? You understand? Because what they have done is they have found a niche for themselves. They found an end user for the product or the service that you're providing, and you're making sure that you're always in business. So 5 days a week, how many orders are they making? When you don't have a lot of money to start a business, you have to use this, right? You have to use strategy, you have to use some tactics, and you have to use some innovation as well. So don't do maybe the normal cuisine that people do in Ghana. Make sure you're researching. I tell you all the time, make sure you're doing your research. But starting a catering service from your homes and actually delivering it to people that do need it could cost you around, the costing that I did was about 25,000 Ghana cedis. This will leave you just enough for you to register your business and get other things. Now this 25 includes equipment, getting your first start with like ordering the items that you need and such, but you need to make sure that you're not lagging behind or you're not doing freebies. You have to be efficient and effective, and the food has to absolutely be great for this to work for you. So number one, catering service, add some innovation, find your end user. 5,000 should be just enough. So number two is dispatch service. Now you might be asking, what the hell is a dispatch service? If you watch my previous videos about businesses to start in Ghana after COVID-19, I made mention of delivery/courier services. Okay, now what dispatch services are is the people that do actually tell the riders where to go. In Ghana, the way things are delivered intercity is to how do I say, a motorcycle, right? A motorcycle with like an attachment to it that can keep the stuff in it, right? So there are a lot of companies that do this in Ghana, but they're not effective. I already talked about that in the other videos. You could check that one out. What you want to do if you want to start a business with that minimal capital is to buy one of those gear ups, one of those motorcycles with everything already set. I asked the price of it, and one guy told me it was about 24,000 Ghana cedis. So right off the bat, what we're seeing is that you are spending a majority of your capital, if you go into that service, into equipment, right? You want to start with one person, you want to start with one rider, so that as time goes on, you're able to scale. This 28,000 will cover the cost of buying one of the motorcycles. It will go to registering the business. It will go a little bit to salaries, at least for the first 2 to 3 months. It should be able to cover that. You know what I mean? That should be able to, and it's big business. There's a huge opportunity there for you now if you do it properly. If you do it properly, there's a big opportunity there for you now. You're gonna hire somebody, or you might want to write it yourself. I think you should hire somebody to create employment for other people. But what you want to do is to make sure that you are partnering again with another company. I always talk about partnership when it comes to business. Partner with a company, partner with a restaurant, partner with an online vendor, partner with people that actually have orders coming in and out, so you can be making money every day. If you're able to do this correctly, you should be able to acquire more riders and more machinery, more motorcycles as the time goes by. But you are going to have to start with one, and then you can scale up. You understand? So for $5,000, you probably will spend all of it getting the business started, but it's really up to you how you do it. That would determine if this would be a good business for you to stay in or get out. So number three is a retail shop in Ghana. Now, people that live in Ghana, people that do come to Ghana, you know that on every block, every stretch, there are like 4 or 5 provision stores, right? These have groceries in there, they have everything, and these people sell the stuff by putting a markup on your things. So you don't actually require a lot to start that. With $5,000, you should be able to pay your rent in a good, enough neighborhood and open a sort of like a supermarket kind of thing. However, the whole theme of you starting your business with small capital is to make sure that you're what? Innovative. You understand? You have to start the business, not just be providing groceries or whatnot. You can have other smaller departments. Maybe you have a vegetable store over here, because a lot of the provision stores, they don't provide that kind of service. You understand? So make sure whilst you're selling the groceries, there's a stall for, you know, like a mini Costco kind of thing. You're selling some things that people can buy in wholesale. You're selling things that you can retail. There's a vegetable store, there's a fruit store, there's so many things in this little space that you have. So when people come in there, they have like a variety of things to choose. There's one supermarket that's actually right behind me. There's so many of them around, provision store, but this woman, she does her very differently. Like exactly what I'm telling you. There's like a small place where you can get fresh fruit. There's a place where you can get groceries. There's a place where you can buy water in bulk. There's so many different spaces in this very tiny little space that she has, and she's made the most out of it. People need stuff all the time. Think about how many times a week you buy things for the household. So imagine if people could come and it's a one-stop shop for you. It's sweet. So that's one of the things that you can start, as long as you're diligent, you have inventory all the time, because that's one of the things that kills retail. When people come in there and you don't have enough stuff for them to buy, they're going away somewhere else. They go, they like there, they're never coming back. So that's one of the things you can start with $5,000. Let's go to number 4. So number 4 is Uber, the rideshare apps. In Ghana, we have two. We have Uber and we have Bolt. I think the Bolt is more of a local one. I'm not exactly sure. But in researching from the drivers, here's what I found out. I found out that the drivers don't have the cars for the rideshare. They actually have to get it from other people. So in Ghana, if you've been in Ghana, you live in Ghana, or you've just come vacation or something, you will notice that our Uber cars are really tiny little cars, like the Mattizes, like the Mornings, like i10s, very small cars. So according to the drivers, people give the cars to them to work with. So now they become sort of like an employee. So they take the cars and they work with the cars, and every week they're supposed to bring back a revenue for the car owners. Now, to buy one of these cars, when I did the little research, I found out that they cost between like 18,000 Ghana cedis to about 30,000. So in that range, there is a lot of different cars that you could get. So I would say get one that is on a better side, the one that has not been used a lot, because that would decrease the rate of repairs that you have to do on the car. So say you get a car from maybe, let's say 20,000 Ghana cedis or 24,000 Ghana cedis. That was the average, between 20 to 24, that's like the average. Now this car, the way they run it is like you get a driver for the car. If the car breaks down or there's any repairs, the owner is responsible for the car. And every week they're supposed to bring you back between 400 cedis to 600 cedis. Let's say an average about $100 a week. That's how much each rideshare car will fetch you. So in a month could be about $400 or $500 that you're getting from that one car that you have. The only thing is that you have to get somebody that is really trustworthy, someone that will not total your car, somebody that will not run away with your car. There's so many risks involved in doing the Uber business. However, if you do decide to ride the Uber yourself, what happens is that you're not supposed to pay the driver a salary or anything. They're supposed to work for the car, make sure the car is running, and then at the end of the week they bring you back your money. So it's really interesting, it's a really good business. However, the risk is high. So with something like this, you might want to drive the car yourself just to protect your investment and to also double the revenue, because if you're getting twice that amount, that means in a few short months, if you're diligent enough, you should be able to get another car. Then you can employ people to ride for you. So think about it. If your little 5,000 could get you one car running, starting a little transportation business or whatever, in a few short months, you could get another car, and then you could buy another, then you could buy another, depending on how you want to run the business. But again, it all depends on the quality of the person that's going to be taking care of the car. So with 5,000, that should be an area for you to explore. There is actually, when I spoke to the drivers, there is another model in the rideshare business where you buy a car for a driver and they kind of pay you back over time with like 100% interest. I'm not even gonna get into that because that is giving plantation vibes, you guys. That is giving slave trade. I'm not a fan of that model at all. I'd rather you get the car and run them in Ghana, in Accra. Uber doesn't go everywhere, but it goes to a lot of places, and the demand is really high. The drivers, seasonally, they make a lot of money. So that's one thing that you want to consider for your little money that you're going to use. That should be good and effective enough for you. Now let's go to number 5. Now number 5 is one thing that we don't usually talk about, but that is becoming a mini venture capitalist, a mini investor, angel investor, whatever, silent partner, whatever you want to call it. Now, there are a lot of businesses in Ghana. I mean, Ghanaians are very entrepreneurial. Everybody that I know has a little side gig going on. Everybody seems to have something going on for them. But one thing that we don't have is money. We don't have capital. The banks don't give loans, especially now after Corona. They put even a freeze on loaning to companies. So what you can do is to divvy up the money that you have and put it in businesses that you believe in, businesses that will allow you to give them a cash injection, maybe for a little equity or to be a part of it, but you don't have to put all that money in one place. It might not seem like a lot, like we already discussed, but for somebody's business right now, 10,000 Ghana cedis is a lot of money for them. 5,000 is a lot of money. People have brilliant ideas, you guys, like very good ideas, but it never gets anywhere because there's no support. So one of the ways that you can actually use your 5,000 is not to necessarily start your own business, but to invest in people that are already in business, right? They know what it is they want or what it is they need. You can approach some of these businesses and offer your investment to them. And I know a lot of people will appreciate you coming in like that. So think about that also. It's kind of a way of making a little bit of a passive income, and not from just one industry. It could be multiple places. You could split it between 2 or 3 businesses and support them, small businesses, and ask you have a little share here, a little share here, a little share here. If this is not given, that's given. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just to diversify the portfolio just a little bit. And as they grow, your investment grows and then you grow with them as well. So that is one of the ways that you can. And I hope these 5 are good enough for you to start something today. So guys, if you're watching me, here's what I want you to do. Go ahead, subscribe, thumbs up this video, ring that notification bell, because I would be bringing you more. Go ahead and comment below. Let me know which one it is that you want to know more about, or which one that you have tried before. If you have any experiences with the businesses, please let people know, because people are actually watching this video to prepare themselves for their life's work. So give us all the experience, all the advice. If you have questions, make sure you're leaving them in the comment section, or you could email me, nanaashanteinfo@gmail.com. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.